Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be all about Magneto possibly coming to Westview in Wandavision. Now this is a complete theory video. There's no leaks or evidence supporting this. This is just a personal theory of mine and I think it makes sense. So Paul Bettany said in an interview that there is a surprise cameo with an actor he has always wanted to work with and they have fireworks on the screen. Now I think this could be Magneto. Now there's been two live action Magnetos, which is Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender, and personally I think if this does happen it's going to be Michael Fassbender. It's just because he's younger and still had contracts with Fox, and Disney bought Fox so they can technically do whatever they want with the contracts. Now with the arrival of Quicksilver in the last episode of WandaVision, this basically means that the MCU will start to get other Fox X-Men characters to cross over into the main Marvel universe. Now we don't know if Wanda subconsciously brought Pietro back as Evan Peters or if another force like Mephisto did it for her, but regardless that means that if she were to recast other family members, like let's say her dad, he would most likely come from the same universe that Quicksilver came from. Now we also learned in the last episode that she can't necessarily bring people back from the dead, and since her dad and brother have both died in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, she could potentially get them both back in her life by plucking them from the Fox X-Men universe as recast characters in Westview. Now I think Sword will end up having a hidden agenda, especially since Hayward seems evil, and I think there might be a showdown at the end of the series where Wanda is about to be beaten and Hayward might even give a kill order. I think there's just going to be a big fight between Hayward and Wanda. Now just imagine you see all of the Sword agents pointing their guns at Wanda and then having them leave their hands and start floating in the air, and then the next shot is Michael Fassbender just floating towards the ground, and then he saves Wanda and influences her in a negative way. He could add her to the Brotherhood of Mutants that he is in charge of, and part of this mental breakdown that Wanda is going through is due to the fact that people see her as a terrorist. She broke the Sokovia Accords and she also killed a bunch of innocent civilians in Lagos in Age of Ultron, and now she's holding people against their will in WandaVision. She also broke into Sword and stole Vision, so she is not on the good books currently, and I think Magneto might even take advantage of that and basically add her to his roster, since she is one of the most powerful mutants of all time, and being alongside Michael Fassbender's Magneto would be really interesting because he is the dad of the Quicksilver that's in the show, so Wanda could potentially team up with her brother and her dad from a different universe, which I think is a really good story in itself. Now Elizabeth Olsen also said that this cameo is going to be on par with Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, and I think this is pretty high up there. I would still say Luke Skywalker's probably a little bit higher up on my list, but Michael Fassbender's Magneto is definitely a fan favorite, and I think a lot of people would go crazy for this, and I think that's why Paul Bettany was saying, you know, like, I've been wanting to work with this guy forever, but he never could because they were in a total different universe, owned by different studios, and now that Marvel has control of both, they can actually work together and have fireworks just like he said. So guys, that is my theory regarding Magneto possibly coming into WandaVision. It's essentially based off of the fact that Wanda and Quicksilver's dad in the comics was Magneto, and now that Marvel has the rights to both studios, I think it would make sense to, you know, bring her father back into play and be able to introduce the mutants in that way, because I think it would be really, really cool. And we know that Wanda is potentially going to be the antagonist in Doctor Strange 2, and if she had help alongside from her dad Magneto, that would be a big threat that Doctor Strange would have to take down. And since Magneto is from the multiverse of madness makes sense, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now there's a few other characters that I think could be this big surprise cameo, and I'll be making videos on those as well, but this was definitely number one on my list because I just love the family dynamic of Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Magneto. But anyways guys, that is it for my theory video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Lots more content coming, but for now I hope you guys all have a great day and I will see you guys in the next video.